Hey YouTube, welcome. I'm Leah Lauder, your favorite mega church cult survivor, and I'm here to expose the cults as per usual. I'm also on TikTok live currently, and I'm going to go on live on Instagram right now. Welcome TikTok. Oh, thank you, C-Boy. Oh, you guys are lovely. I'm gonna go. Oh, everyone's saying such nice things. Ah, you lot don't gas me up, chair. Stop it. Oh, stop it. Please continue. Go on. Go on. Oh, stop it. Stop it. That's what the pastors do. Oh, please, I will give all the glory to Jesus. All the glory to God. Hey, Instagram, it's Leah Lauder, your favorite mega church cult survivor. And I'm live. I'm live on TikTok and I'm live on YouTube. And we're going to be chopping it up today. I've had people thought I was a singer. Well, I am a singer in all truth. But that's what they thought I did on TikTok. So that's really made me feel that's what the natural hair is giving, chair. Oh, they're saying I should sing more. All right, my love, just for you. All right, guys, I want to get into it. If you haven't seen me before, my name's Leah Lauder and I'm a mega church cult survivor. I spent 18 years in a cult to come to the realization, in a church, to come to the realization that it was in fact a cult, and that was during the pandemic, and it was so much to process. So since then, I've come online and I've started sharing my truth. And since then, other survivors have come forward. Hey, girl. Other survivors have come forward. And then I'm basically speaking on their behalf, like advocating for them. And we've also formed a collective, which comprises of many survivors worldwide from various, it's just religion. And then we're going to just include cults in general. But for now, these are mainly the people that have come forward. And we are speaking our truth online. All right, so let's get into it. So most recently, I wasn't even exposing Caris, but let's get into it. Let's talk about it, yeah. So anyway, I expose church cults. That's what I do. So now I went to Dagwood Mills cult, yeah, and I know about Caris because Caris is the sister church cult to my cult. Does this make sense? So anyway, I've been knowing about David. So I was exposing them even before survivors came, chair. Oh yeah, it's a big time cult. Guys, please like up the live on TikTok. It's so important. So long story short, I'm minding my own business. The thing is, why are they blaming me for an influencer visiting Caris and going there and saying that he wouldn't come back again? Because they wouldn't let him record. All right, guys, can you let me know if this is making sense on YouTube, Insta, TikTok? Is this all? Because I feel like I'm kind of talking to people who already know what I'm talking about. Yeah, chair. So anyway, I've been exposing up the church cults, but since I've been doing that, a lot of other people are like, it's getting the juices flowing. And a lot of people are talking about church cults now. And there's a guy basically on TikTok. He's got quite a few followers, hasn't he, guys? Yeah, they're losing members, chair. So he basically goes to visit churches because apparently he's trying to find a church. But I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of people are trying to ride off the back of it, innit? Because guys, the truth is, if I wanted to really like sensationalize this and make it, do you know what I mean, guys? Like do the most, I could. Does everyone know what I'm talking about? Even when all of the stuff was happening with SPAC, that's why I stopped at a certain time, because I said, this is not entertainment. That's what they thrive off. We have like real trauma. We've been abused in these settings. You know, I was really thinking about the survivors. Like, it's not entertainment, chair. I know I'm entertaining, but it's not entertainment. Do you get what I'm saying? So, yeah. So he went to go and look at Caris, but he went in on a midweek. Maybe they think we're connected, but that's no. I don't know that brother. I wouldn't know him, chair. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyway, he's tried to record it in it because he's gone for content. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going and you're actually going to look for a church, would you care if you're going to record it or not? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, he's still trying to get in the recording. So my vibe is, I think he's just going. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he know anyone who does the cult thing, like goes and does the churches, it's a hot topic at the moment. Do you understand? So it's going to go viral. Do you get it? Because these are mega churches, and then they all start sharing it. They all start commenting. Oh no, this is what made you come on Sunday, brother. Yeah, come on Sunday. They're all talking to themselves in the comments, yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So it boosts the algorithm. So anyone who knows when they touch this topic, do you get what I'm saying? Unless it's me, and then they'll be reporting it up. So anyway, there is also no sharing on the live. Please do not share the live on TikTok. If you share the live, you'll get blocked automatically. Idrima, I'm going to make you a mod girl, yeah? Let me see if I can do it. Can you just block people? Anyone who shares it, anyone who, any slick comments, just block them up, chair. If anyone else can be a mod for me, can you let me know, please? Because these have jumped up, and also because it's a bank holiday Monday, I think most of them are going to be off chair. That's why I said, let me come on a Monday so I can show them just how it's done. Anyway, so let's continue, guys. Please like the live on TikTok. Guys, if the live on TikTok gets cut off, I'm on YouTube, Leah Lauder 777, and I'm on Instagram, Leah Lauder 777. All right. So let's get it. So this guy went to go and visit Caris on a midweek. And now what all the survivors are saying, yeah, because people report it when it's shared. So if anyone shares it, then you're getting blocked. And that's on period point blank. That's why I share. So he went to a midweek service, and all of the survivors are saying in the midweek service, it's like where all the leaders are. It's like a bit more on period point blank. It's where they're doing up more. It's like a heightened level exposure to the cult tactics because they're just being themselves. And it's more RADICAL teachings. That's what the survivors are saying in these Caris streets. So obviously the guys got to the midweek service, but God is so good. Oh, God is good. Oh, thank you, Jade. He's good all the time. So he went on a weekday, Jay. And it's just there, like, because the thing is, they're doing up Hilton on a Sunday because, you know, like, because the wife, Awo, she gives me Nigerian, you know, like Igbo vibes. Does anyone feel that? Like, Awo gives me Nigerian Igbo vibes. Like, you know, I was married to a Nigerian for 10 years and I've been around a lot of Nigerians, yeah. Especially post-cult. When I was living it up. Let's put on Ja Rule, yeah. So she's given that Igbo vibes. I know she likes money. Is there a certain tribe in Ghana that likes money, chair? Yeah. So, because listen, there's no way that my man, my husband could be doing up ministry and we're getting in that amount of money that Caris is getting in and we haven't got a building. So they can call me what they want. They can call me strange woman. They can call, but one thing I won't do is let my man go under. Do you know what I mean? If we're getting in that kind of money, I'm going to step. I got to be an Abigail. I don't know, but whenever I am at first love, my spirit doesn't agree. Oh yeah, first love's another level because Caris is just the bottom B of first love. Okay, so Caris, I want you to know, yeah, that you see us connecting. I'm speaking to Caris survivors now. It's very crucial that I connect with Caris survivors because I was in there for 18 years. There's so much trauma that I experienced in the cult that I need to be speaking to other people to trigger things. I was speaking to 3 Caris survivors yesterday that have come forward. That's why I didn't come on the live, okay? And getting very detailed accounts. Featherstone, are you a mod? And getting very detailed accounts of the doctrine, the culture, the strategy, the systems. And that is really what I needed because today people have been coming out talking more about the worst kind of trauma that they've experienced in there. But since I've got moles that have come forward, they're able to actively kind of give me a little bit more because they're still in the cult. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like they haven't left. So everything's very fresh in their mind. So I spent hours yesterday speaking to Caris survivors and it's the missing piece of the puzzle that I needed really. Now I can start to make the connections, to connect the dots to the doctrine, and I can start to really expose it the way that I have been with my cult because that's all I needed. So what I'm asking is for more Caris survivors to come forward, please. Because as you come forward, what that allows me to do is that kind of triggers memories in myself to do with my cult. And already just speaking to 3 survivors yesterday, I can see that what David Antwi does is he's preaching Dag's messages, but he's doing it like in a different way, like he's kind of paraphrasing it. But because he's using all the same scriptures, and then I've got multiple notes that have been written down by survivors to confirm that these are the scriptures that go with this. I've got handwritten notes of indoctrination and coercive control, twisting and manipulation of the scriptures. And I'm asking all Caris survivors, please don't get rid of your notebooks, okay? Because y'all got that culture in there, don't you? Don't you? You guys have got that culture where if you've got the Bible and you've got the little notebook, then it's like you appear to be more spiritual, isn't it? You're one of the more stronger Christians. Guys, please like the live. I want to be loved by you, just you, nobody else but you. I want to be loved by you. Guys, I need you to like up the live. This is why I'm singing, because I sense that they're reporting it up. Is there anyone else on TikTok that can be a mod for me, please, that I know of? Every time RPF Europe live comes across my For You page, I get a jump scare. Yeah, I've got some content coming out on RPF later. It's going to be a very interesting piece. So when you see, like, when David Antwi's preaching at the beginning and he's like, oh, your Bibles, and then they say this whole thing. I don't have any of the notes, y'all. Actually, oh, yeah, I can send them to myself quickly. But I don't want to expose too much. I want to do the content and then come and do a live breaking it down. But basically, they've got a lot of like ritualistic, almost like where they're pledging, you know, like allegiance to the cult. There's like things that they have to repeat and memorize and say. And there's just a lot of there's a lot of control. There's a lot of twisting and manipulation of scriptures. There's a lot of false doctrine as well that they do up in the cult. I don't know you enough, God-fearing Cupid. There's a lot of false doctrine, which is the same as Daggy with Moz. But anyway, I just want to get to what's been going on currently. So David Antwi was preaching. They had their Saturday. The thing is, the mole already told me that they're doing too much. But as I said, like, now I'm going to reveal that I got moles in it, because he's just trying to have my name in his mouth. So I just want to, David, I just want to let you know that I've got an alliance in Caris, and that's an alliance of moles. All right. And what I want to let y'all Caris lot know is that these moles have been feeding me information for many months. All right. Since last year. So what the situation is at the moment, I don't always you know, like, say what the moles are telling me, because I don't want them to clock where I've got the moles. Are you interested in following God to Jesus at the present time? Or are you going to, can you block them, please, Ijoma? Thanks, babe. So, thank you. Ooh, girl, you're quick with it. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. Girl, you on fire today, Jen. Thank you, girl. So where we're at the moment is that David Antwi has basically been having my name in his mouth. So what he thought it would be necessary to do would be to be talking about me in his service, his Saturday, Easter, whatever special service. That's what it was. So anyway, my mole informed me that they're doing too much and everybody's talking in the church cult, like in the branches, this, that, and the third, because they're doing too much. They've been putting a lot of pressure on them to evangelize, to get people into the cult. And then they announced this thing. So people, what word in the Caris streets are people are saying is that they're not getting any time to spend with their family. So it's like people are kind of seeing where I'm coming from. So people are starting to like leave. And what the moles are telling me is that they're not announcing that people are leaving, but it's like you're just seeing them replace people with other people, because in Caris, there's a big culture of replacement. Ooh, I see some Caris survivors are coming on, Chair. There's a culture of replacement. And Caris survivors, I just want to let you know that that whole doctrine, yeah, around replacement and all of that, that comes from Bishop Dag Mills. That comes from Bishop Dag Mills. That is not something that David... What I need you lot to understand, and this is what I'm going to do this week. This week is going to be me really going for... I'm going to have to really go dig deep within, because I don't want to sit down and have to watch, you know, hundreds of Dag's messages. But unfortunately, that's what I'm going to have to do. And this is what I've been putting off, because it's going to be so triggering. But I've got to do what I've got to do just to show people all of the strange woman, like all of the characteristics. Flow. We've got to flow. We're flowing. Flow, pastor, flow. All of that comes from first love. David Antwi is a bottom B. That's what I'm trying to say to you. These are not David Antwi's phrases. This is not what he's doing up Queen Innes in the cup. This is from my cult leader. This is the reason why so many people from Caris have been leaving, because I didn't realize how similar it was until I was speaking to these survivors yesterday, Jeff. And they're good ones. And as I said to you, for about 6 months, thanks Queen Innes, for about 6 months, I've got my alliance group of my Caris moles, and they've been feeding me a lot of inside information, Chair. Oh, thanks, Rachel. Thank you, girl. So basically, I would have completely missed it. I wouldn't have even known that David Antwi was speaking about me, because I can't even watch him like that. Hey, girl, Ange, can I make you a mod? Innes, are you a mod? Can anyone be a mod for me? But Ijoma has been holding it down. I can't even lie. Like, she really has been holding it down, Chair. That's the only reason we're still on here. I can't even lie. All right, brilliant. So I wouldn't have known that he was preaching about me. Do you get it? Because I can't even listen to David, because I can just about listen to my cult leader. But because David is like the bottom B. Oh, hey, our kids, I've just moved the phone. I'm so slow. Because David Antwi is like the bottom B. Do you get what I'm saying? He copies everything that my cult leader does. So I don't miss a beat with Caris. Do you understand? So, long story short, my moles told me basically, hey, GA, my moles told me basically, quick, David Antwi's talking about you. David Antwi's talking about you. So the other mole basically screen recorded it and then sent it to me, Jaya. I just want to say, Caris survivors, I love your style. I really do love your style. And I know that there are ADICAL in there, because the way that the Caris lot are when they come out, I just love it. I love the way you move. Dun, dun, dun. I love the way you move. Dun, dun, dun. I love the way. Do you know what I mean? We are not sharing the live, because if you share the live, you will be getting blocked automatically. That is how trolls report. So rather than us having hundreds or thousands of people or whatever, we want to keep it where we can actually have the live and keep it safe, Joe, because we ain't out here for no fame, baby. Hey, girl. Yeah, no, I'm streaming on YouTube, Instagram, and YouTube. I would have even said streaming, Chair. You know me, I'm old school, baby. I don't know what I would have said. I'm vlogging. I'm recording. Woo! Oh, thanks, babe. Thank you, Nurasai. I'll follow you back. So, anyway, they got the screen recording and they sent it to me, yeah? Guys, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that he was so bold, child. He really went into like sitting on TikTok. What did he say again? David actually said, I'm useless. Are these churches really big? I think I heard you say when I've seen you before. David Antwi has not achieved what he's meant to achieve. So on the trajectory of, mega church cults, David should have really achieved, about half of what my spiritual daddy achieved. Okay. And he has 3,500 churches worldwide, because David Antwi is a son of the house, you see. And he's got, access to all the books. He has them all. He's very close to Dag Heward-Mills. He's very close to the anointing to be able to have a mega church ministry. But unfortunately, he only has I think it's about 16 branches. Oh, and just not, wait, let me just make Anja mod. He's got about 16 branches. I think they're in about several locations. In a few countries, several countries, if my memory serves me correctly. So, RPF have been around for 10 years and they've managed to plant and build more churches than Caris. Okay. Oh, I love you too, Lynn's Braid. So what that's showing us is that, David unfortunately hasn't been able to bear as much fruit as he should have. Okay. And I'm speaking like a spiritual daughter of the house that knows doctrine. The only reason David has got to where he's got to is because he's an opportunist, clout chasing, deriding, eating bananas spiritually type of individual. I want to be loved by you, just you, nobody else but you. Like the live, guys. I want to be loved by you, just you. I want to be loved by you. Guys, like the live. I want to be loved by you. Like the live. I want to be loved by you, by you, by you, by you. I want to be loved by you. Okay, let's like up the live. So, thanks, guys. I've got to do this in between. I've got to try and do everything I can to protect the space on the lives, man. Because it's going to get hot, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. It's getting hot in here, so hot. It's going to start getting hot. It's going to start getting hot. Because the thing is with me, like me and having moles that are in Caris, it's a toxic formula. And David Antwi knows it. He knows it because he knows loyalty and disloyalty inside out. He's teaching it to them in different ways. Oh my gosh, guys, listen, the notes are mad. Anyway, let's talk about what he said in the preaching, and then I'll send myself the notes, and then I'll just go over a few things, yeah, because I do think it's important to expose it. I'm not gonna lie. I just didn't get time to send myself the notes. All right. So he went on the stage, because it's not an altar, the stage in his little cult, and he was like, oh, I'm a useless girl. I was in the cult. I was in Dag Eward Mills cult for 18 years, and then I ran away, and now I'm sitting on TikTok, and I'm accusing the church or whatever. I don't even know what he said, because it's just all human fecal matter. And then he went on to say, I can't even keep a marriage. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about. He said that I can't even keep a marriage. Okay. Firstly, keeping a marriage is not an achievement. It's not an accomplishment. As everybody knows, I don't speak on my marriage. The reason I don't speak on my marriage is because I'm a mother. I protect my children. I put myself out there, and I put a lot of me out there for the world to see. But one thing I'm not going to do as a result of the cult, because I never wanted to get divorced when I was doing up marriage and whatever, because I was in that cult for 18 years and celibate for 7 years and gave everything to God and Jesus and that ministry chair. Okay. I did what I needed to do the right way around. But anyway, I'm not discussing the ins and outs of my marriage until I feel like that's right, until my kids are old enough to process Wagwan. So unlike the gal them that's in your church cult that are having kids for the same man and then remarrying and doing up all of that, how, you know, this is the kind of dysfunctional environment that you got going on in Caris. And you know, a Caris survivor told me that there's husbands that are putting their hands on their wives in there and cheating on their wives. And David wants to stand on the pulpit and start talking about me. Guys, let me ask you this, yeah. Let's look at the heart of this man. He's supposed to be a pastor of thousands of people, all of these churches, yeah. He doesn't know why I've got divorced. It could have been DV. It could have been, do you get what I'm trying to say? It could have been, oh, cookie dough, you can't share the live. It could have been mental abuse. He doesn't have a clue the reason for me divorcing. So let me ask you this. Should a woman stay in an ABUSIVE marriage? Should a woman stay in a marriage if a man's raped her? But he would say yes, because they encourage this in the church. This is the problem. And this is where we see the misogyny, the cold-heartedness, because they're narcissists. So they don't feel emotions. They lack empathy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they don't have the ability to think, oh my gosh, they could be in this situation, because it's very black and white thinking in the cult. That's what makes it ABUSIVE, because they can't see it from different angles. And it's like, because they've got the misogynistic ideologies in there, they're not listening to the fact that this girl is saying she got raped, or they can't comprehend the fact that the pastor is in a position of power. So therefore, if he sleeps with a church member, that cannot be consensual because of the dynamics of the power. We just need to get that changed in law. Because if the teacher does it, they're getting arrested. If a doctor does it, they're getting arrested. If a nurse does it, they're getting arrested. They're in a position of power. When a pastor does it, it's fine. Did someone ask me a question? Okay. Do you know what? You can just stop commenting. You know who you are. I don't F with you like that, babe. I'm not gonna stop you from being in the live because it's for survivors. And you told me in the beginning you weren't even like a proper survivor anyway. But that time when you were doing too much, and I can't let any of that slide, and you like attention. So even what you're doing is for attention. So you can be in the live, but just, you know, it's just not like that, babe. I've got to keep it like I'm a very real person. I'm not going to be fake with you. Do you know what I mean? It's not the call. So long story short, so he's talking about my marriage now, yeah. Another thing I want to say is, so you can see from that angle that even what he's done is so ABUSIVE. And you know what else is showing, guys? It's showing how tone DEAF they are in the church. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like that's what it's showing. It's showing that they're so far removed from reality. They don't have an understanding of the needs of the people. Block them, babe. Innes, block DHK. They don't have an understanding. Yeah. So again, this is why people come out. Guys, has that person been blocked? This is why 1 second, YouTube, sorry. Mods. Do you know who oh, maybe it's a bit delayed. I'm getting so distracted now. No. They've shared it, babe. We're blocking people who have shared it because I don't want to do that today because there's too many accounts. There's too many accounts that are compromised at the moment. So if they share it, we've just got to block them, Joe. Is it a bit delayed? All right, so I'll block people as well. All right, is it all for power and money? Someone asks on Instagram. Yes, it's all about power and it's all about money. Because essentially, when you have a cult, No, it's all right, mods. Thank you so much for your help. It's a pyramid scheme, yeah. But what I want to talk about actually, since you're live, I'm gonna watch your podcast. Oh, thanks, girl. Love you. And GA is saying he used to go there, and it's definitely a cult. All right. So when you look at the power and control wheel, but this is used more for intimate partner, ABUSE. Thank you so much, Lynn Braids, for your gifts. And when you look at that power and control wheel, it's used for more intimate partner, ABUSE. So we see there that there's different typologies of abuse, okay? But overarching it, what the main umbrella of abuse that's being done up there is control, is power, and the other one that I can't mention on here, but it's like to do with SA, okay? But the main thing is control. All right. So what they do in cults is they have a transcendent belief system, and that transcendent belief system is intertwined with the twisting and manipulation of scriptures in the Bible. Okay. So like there's this great commission, and I know that this is just like the flatline vision of every church, whether they're good or bad. Okay. And this is the problem, because these fake churches, these church cults, they're like counterfeits. It's very, very hard to tell between two fake notes. That's what the sound doctrinal pastor said to me. That's what they're like. It's like you can't tell them apart looking at them. You have to put it under a fine whatever to see which one's real, because they're so similar. Oh my God, guys, I'm disassociating heavily today. But yeah. So basically, they sell it to people like, we need to win the lost at any cost. We need to go out and, you know, save the world. We need to fulfill John 3:16, to go out and preach to the, we'll do greater works than Christ. This is the kind of stuff that they talk. They are RADICAL people, but they use reverse psychology for a transcendent belief system and a thought reform program to indoctrinate people to believe that they're winning souls for Christ. When what they're actually doing is they're recruiting, targeting vulnerable young people to bring them into the church cult. Because why? Bums on seats equals coins. Why? The more people that they get in to fill the church, the more money that they're going to get. And that is the realization that I came to during the pandemic. I didn't realize it before. I thought I was genuinely doing the work of God. I thought I was genuinely, you know, winning souls for Jesus. I thought I was going in. But what I realized was that it was all about money during the pandemic, because in the pandemic, they started getting me to fill out data. As a center leader, I was like a pastor of an online church. And so I had to fill out this data like every single day. And all it was asking about was numbers. That was it. It was just numbers, numbers, numbers. And the thing is, I think when I was in the cult physically going, it was always about numbers and it was always about targets. But because you're in there, and this is the RPF piece that I'm going to do. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about how they exploit people through the transcendent belief system. I'm going to show it to you because they do it through the sinner's prayer. And they do it when they ask the first timers to come up as well. And when they do the rededications, because in the sound doctrinal church, they see that as blasphemy. They don't do that. They don't do the sinner's prayer. They don't do the call for people to give their life. They don't believe in that. Because the thing that I like about the sound doctrinal church, I don't follow them, but what I like about them more than the mega church is that they go more with like the science and the facts. They're a little bit more grounded, I think, because the mega church is like all the way up in the sky. But then sound doctrinal is just like a little bit too strict fundamentalist for me. It sounds like people have no souls. Yeah, that's what it is. It's kind of like you do lose your soul when you're in there, though. When you completely let yourself go and you start doing all the wicked things and you're aware of what's going on in there. And guys, I'm not going to be on here too long. I'm not going to lie, because I haven't been well, but I wanted to just come on to hold the space. And also I can't let people win. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. It's just about making my presence known, really. All right. Someone's asking, what do you determine a cult do? I do sense a little bit of attitude, but I take any opportunity to raise self-awareness, because when I tell people what cults are, like, it's essentially people will leave if they're here and they hear this shit. So the first one is that they have to be a charismatic leader. So that's why I don't know why you lot come in and do the most, because the thing is, when I start talking about it, basically people leave. Yeah. So that's why I take like a little break, but I'll always talk about the characteristics and tactics of a cult, because when I looked at the characteristics of a cult during the pandemic, that was when that's when I came to the realization that I was in a cult. Thanks for all the follows. Guys, can I ask on TikTok, if you're following this account, to please follow my main account, Leah Lauder 7. They don't want me to get to 10,000 followers. I have well over 10,000 followers across my 8 accounts. I have to speak my truth. And remember, this is ghetto attack. What did they call it? Ghetto streaming. Ghetto bougie streaming, child. Yeah. I'm just a bougie chick. I'm just a bougie girl that was born in the hood, but I was supposed to be born rich. You know, there's always that girl in the hood, and you know, she goes out with all of the hood celebs and you know the hood famous guys. That was me, child. That was me in the early 2000s. That's why when they're like, "Oh, you're trying to seek fame," I'm like, "Babe, I've always been this bitch. Are you having a laugh? Are you all right, babe? Oh my god." I'm not even trying to glamorize that life, but do you know how hard it is to become the proper girl? Oh, please. Don't pee me off, man. Your girl is booked and busy and loved. All right, so let's get into the characteristics of a cult. So the group displays an excessively zealous attitude towards the pastor, aka there will be a culture of honoring the pastor, aka worshiping the pastor. There will be a lot of rhetoric like, "Oh my God, my life has changed since God's servant David Antwi. I have heard his preaching. Since I've been around, I've been flowing in the grace of God. You know, I've been a disciple. I'm doing discipleship training. And now that I can be discipled, I can be a disciple to others." Y'all love your little discipleship doctrine in there, don't you, baby? Oh, thanks, spiritual mama. Oh, you lot love your discipleship rhetoric in there, don't you? It's such a big thing there. I'm going to be exposing a lot of what Caris is doing up. I'm going to be exposing it this week. So Caris, get strapped in because it's going to be a lot. So you can't question the ideological perspectives of the cult leader. And the reason why a cult is so dangerous when it's religious is because like the Bible on its own is quite extreme on its own. Very black and white thinking. That's why it just needs to be followed the way it is, share. You can't be adding the extras and mixing it and all of that because you just get like another level. It's just, I don't think it's meant to be like that because I think on its own it's enough. Do you know what I'm saying, share? So when they start doing, and already you can see that people already see the Bible as the infallible truth. That is the first thing that you need to, that's part of their reform program, that you have to see the Bible as the infallible truth because they make themselves synonymous and the same level as the Bible, God, Jesus. It's all wrapped in one, the church, because it's the house of God. This is the kingdom of God. This is a spiritual organization. It is not a church. This is God makes the decisions. So God, you know what? It's a pyramid scheme and it's a lie. God is the only one that's speaking to that man of God, chair. And he has to get everyone through the thought reform system to think just like him. And the reason why it's so hard to detect through the Bible is because they put so many scriptures in it. And Caris and First Love are the top church cults who loved it. They're Pharisees. They're Pharisaic. So remember, the Pharisees knew the scriptures even better than the disciples, chair. Don't play with me, baby. The Pharisees knew the word, but they didn't have the heart. They knew the word. They were able to regurgitate a lot of scriptures. They were the ones who wanted to pray, to be seen. That's why they're on TikTok wanting to be seen, doing up everything. That's why they do it like that. That's why they pray. They want to heal the sick in front of everybody. They want to see everybody pray for that person and they walk. Everything has to be shown. It's a spectacle. When Jesus taught the absolute antithesis of that, when Jesus healed people, he said, "Don't say nothing. I don't want you to say nothing." When Jesus was doing his healings, he was telling the crowds to go away. He didn't like the attention. He was just being him. He was just doing what he came here to do, chair. But the Pharisees like to be seen. They like to be dressed in all their apparel, and they like to, do you know what I mean? Jesus was just coming with the robe and the sandals, and they HATE'd him. Yeah. All right. So that's exactly what they're doing today, and that's exactly what they've done to us. Anyone who's chosen that was in these cults, oh, thanks, Kiki. I love you. Anyone who's chosen that was in these cults, listen, guys, yeah. When I first came out of the cult, I was like, oh my God, I'm coming against like this army, like all of these people, you know. I was like, Lord, how am I supposed to do this? You know, like speak out like me on my ones, you know. But I said, no, I'm just got the more survivors started coming forward, the more I just got more vim. But anyway, what was I saying? Long story short, what I started to clock the more the time went on, we have the power because we've got the knowledge from the cults. That's why I'm saying silence is compliance. We've got the knowledge from the cult. We've deconstructed, deprogrammed, left all of the human fecal matter and kept all of the best bits. So we are builders. We are people who like to work, you know, support. We got good hearts. That's the reason why we got recruited. So the best are the ones that have left. So what I'm noticing is a lot of people who have left, they're either like quite gifted, they have dreams, they're quite prophetic, or they've got like discernment, or they're just very kind, just kind, sweet souls. So they just naturally personify the likeness of Christ, especially the men that have come out as well. The men are the men that come out, they're a special breed. That's all I'm going to say to you. Yeah. So because it's a very patriarchal, misogynistic, do you get what I'm saying, environment? So it's really easy for them to just stay and coast. So what was I saying? Yeah. So we have the power because we've got our own minds now with everything we've deconstructed and deprogrammed from, plus what we knew before. That we know all their strategies. We know how they work. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, we know the systems. Do you get it? And they can't veer too far off the word of God. So once you've got into the system and you've become a spiritual son or daughter of the house, you always, it's like you get the mind of the cult leader. Yeah. So as I deconstructed and deprogrammed, I didn't deconstruct from Dag Heward-Mills ideologies, not one bit. It's my evil side. That's when you see Dagmisha come out. You see Dagmisha come forth, because that man, oh God, to go up against all of these mega churches. That's why God put me in that culture with Dag Heward-Mills, because no one's got a bigger ego than him. No one, no, you know, the delusion is, you know. So don't worry, guys. I'm well prepared for this through being under Dag Heward-Mills for 18 years, chat. There's no one more pompous. There's no one more self-righteous. There's no one more judgy than First Love. And Caris are just carbon copies of that. All right, my boy that introduced me to Caris used to serve as security at Caris. He left recently. I asked him why he left. He said there is politics in Caris amongst the leaders. He has meetings every day during the week. Whenever he doesn't attend, they get onto him. He tells them that he has family things, that he has to do priorities. They make him feel like he is backsliding. That is why he left Caris. Woo! Do you know what? I was speaking to some survivors yesterday, and they were saying the same thing, that the meetings are getting too much. And they said, and another thing that the survivor said is that they're getting really like paro and secretive. Do you know what? I think I'm sending confusion into the camps of the enemy. I wish I had the piano. Dun, dun, dun. I think that the enemies are scattering. Dun, dun, dun. The Lord is raising a standard against our enemies. Dun, 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 dun. He shall prepare us a table in the presence of your enemies. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, God. If you want theatrics, you know, go. That's why I said, listen, if you not want to go, because I'm not going to lie, some of the best singers that you can find are in the church. And that's mainly how they grow it. Some people just go for the praise and worship and they won't go for anything else. So when I see that a cult has good praise and worship, I'm like, oh, that's why I'm always praying that the praise and worship leaders will leave. And you know what? I think that's why God made me a singer and had me do praise and worship for 18 years. What they meant for my evil, the Lord turned around for my good. So even though they were trying not to make your girl a pastor, this, that, and the third. Hey, Miss Felicia. Because I was just mainly focused on the choir and the praise and worship. Oh God, you know, a lot of praise and worship leaders have left from different church cults because of everything I've been saying. Because they groom us real bad. Thanks, Felicia. Real bad. They teach us to like exalt the church. So be like, and the Lord will exalt you. This is what they were doing. This is what they were doing on the plug. I will exalt you, O Lord. I will exalt you. I lift up your holy name. You are the Lord of Lords. You are worthy. You are worthy. I will exalt you. I will exalt you. Somebody tell the Lord that they will exalt him this morning. Somebody lift your hands to the Lord. Somebody praise God this morning as we enter into a time of worship. Say, I will exalt you. I will exalt you. I will exalt you, oh God. I will exalt you. Somebody tell him I will exalt you. I will exalt you. You are my God. You are my God. You're my hiding place. My hiding place. My safe refuge. My treasure, Lord. You are my friend and King. Anointed one, most holy. I will exalt you, oh Lord. I will exalt you. Somebody worship the Holy Spirit. I will exalt you. I will exalt you. So when it comes to praise and worship, all of the praise and worship leaders anywhere need to sit this one out. All right? You need to sit it out. Because you've been GROOMED jail to do up that. Praise and worship is a role. Yeah? And anyone who's doing up praise and worship, whether they're leading it, this, that, and the third, they are singing from the realm of emotions and trauma jail. That's what they're doing up. Because you get taught, you can't go outside of what you've been taught. And a lot of the praise and worship leaders, again, that's where you find the 304s that have converted and are hyper spiritual and hyper religious. Remember with me, mine is not that I'm a retired 304. Mine is that I'm retired from doing up CCE. So that's been, like rolling with GMs, like gangbangers, like that vibe. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm in there like, oh my God, it's a miracle I'm alive. My boyfriend was unalived in police custody. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I've been given a second chance. That was me being hyper spiritual. So a lot of the time when I was doing praise and worship, I was thinking about my old life. Like where I'm coming from and how far God has brought me. But because they twist and manipulate the scriptures in there real bad, you'll be thinking, do you understand what I'm saying? That it's like the Lord touching you, the Holy Spirit. It's mad. Listen, yeah. You know who's responsible for all of this human fecal matter doctrine to the point where we've got all of these weird spirits in the church? We've got, it's Benny Hinn. It's Benny Blood Clot Hinn. That's who it is. Kenneth E. Hagin and Benny Hinn chair. Because it was Benny Hinn with that Good Morning Holy Spirit book that he released in the 80s. That is what has turned the mega church wild, and that man has one of the most corrupt spirits that you will ever find in life, jail. You lot need to go and Google about Benny Hinn, jail. Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. Yeah, you do feel like they're giving you another chance. You feel like you're getting to do like a makeover, like you're getting another thanks, Dunya. That's exactly how it is. It's just corruption. So since then, they've got this ideology that they've got to usher in the Holy Spirit. They've got to create this environment, this atmosphere where the Holy Spirit is present and can move. Then the Holy Spirit is moving over people. People are dropping on the floor. People are walking backwards, spinning around. People are screaming. People are shaking. That is not the Holy Spirit. I haven't seen that anywhere in the Bible. I haven't seen it. It's absolute chaos. It's like something on a mental ward. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that is not godly. There has to be order. There's no order. It's absolutely chaotic. It's like a circus. It's no different from a zoo. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. Like, I don't care. And I don't need to be in the church because I'm not in the church because it's an MESS. A gal like me ain't safe, Jer. Are you having a laugh? Have you seen me? I'm not safe. I'm not safe in the church, babe. Y'all don't F with me. Do you know what I mean? I'm naturally beautiful. You lot don't want me there. The gal them are hating. And as you know, I'm not going to sit there and just be with these fake gal them. Do you know what I mean? And they don't want to hear the truth. They can't handle the truth. Do you know what I mean? They're not ready to hear it. Guys, the reality is there are people in this church cult that have been in there for like 20 years. Like, everything is about this cult. They can't leave. Don't you get it? They can't leave. Yeah, Dad did mock the crucifixion of Jesus. Yeah. Thanks for the follow, guys. Thanks for the follow, Shark. Yeah, let's talk about it a little bit, actually, because my cult leader did a reenactment of the crucifixion of Jesus, and it was just blasphemy. Do you know what, girl? I really wanted that video to go viral, and it didn't go as viral as I wanted it to go. But you know why it wouldn't? Because Zalan, the truth is, this is what they do everywhere. It's in Mike Todd's church. There's an infiltration. It's not like the shock factor. Like, the strange woman thing was a shock factor because she was literally taken off everything. But because they're all doing this, it's like it's nothing. That's the standard of what's going on in the church at the moment. And then people want to come and be like looking at me and judging me because I don't want to associate myself with something that is it's just a joke. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't feel like, you know, like, guys, when you've been in these cults, yeah, and it's like you wear this religion as like this badge of honor. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, you boss everybody around and you think you're better than everyone else because you believe in Jesus and it's the chosen religion and everyone else is going to hate you. It's just low vibrational. I just don't F with it. I'm sorry. It's not for me, baby. So I've had to deconstruct and deprogram and find out what Christianity means for me within. And that's what I'm doing up. That's how I've kept my mind and that's how I've kept my faith. And, you know, I think that everybody is entitled to believe in whatever they want to believe in. I think everybody is entitled. After my experience with a cult, there's no way that I could come out of that cult and be like, oh, yeah, this is the one way or the one. I can't do that. I can't do that because they restricted me so much to a point where I couldn't be my true, authentic self. So I wouldn't want to do that or make anybody else restricted or make anybody else feel like they're isolated or apart or segregated. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. And I respect that there are some people, you know, that still hold on to, you know, more of the religious values of Christianity. And that's also fine because everybody's entitled to do it. It's just that I see Christianity more through a matriarchal spiritual lens opposed to a religious lens that oppresses women. Do you know what I'm saying? It says that the only time we can recompense ourselves, you know, is through child labor. And, you know, it's not for me. Whenever I start to get a whiff of misogyny, HATE, patriarchy, women should remain silent, women can't be pastors, women can't do this, women can't do that. It's just given, you know, that's not from God. Because why did he make so many women? Why is there purposefully more women on the planet than men? It's just human fecal matter. So anyone who's against women, there's HAT, it's just not from God. That's it, period, point blank. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why instead of you not focusing on religion, what you need to go and take your backside to do as a woman is go and deconstruct, go and learn the female history. But do we learn about women's history? All the inventors are men. Everything's to do with men. The scientists are men. In the literary arts, it's mainly men. Who do we learn about? Jane Austen on period, point blank. Where's the black literates? Do you know what I mean? Go and do your blood clot history. Go and look back. Go and see the kings and queens in Africa, Egypt. Go and do your research, Cher. Go and look at it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Especially as women. Go and find out why they've tried to hold us down. Stop doing that. Oh, I need to, because religion's going to keep you in a box. That's where it's going to keep you. Yeah. So go and learn as a woman first before you start doing up religion. Go and look at your roots as a woman and find out why there's so many women that are getting unalived every single day. Go and look at the statistics. Oh, thanks, Blue Skies. You're such a queen. Go and look at the statistics. The biggest travesty that has been made throughout time has been the women, but they've done it through various different forms that I can't mention on TikTok because it's so sensitive. But we need to open our eyes. Yeah. So, and one thing that I would recommend to women is to look into intersectional feminism. I am not a feminist. Somebody tried to put up, oh, these feminists. I was like, babe, listen, I love the men. I love man them. As I've said, I do love my D. I'm not trying to villainize men, this, that, and the third. It's just, you know, it's not a bit of me. But, you know, the truth is the truth. And we have to just say it as it is. And that's on period, point blank. If you don't like it, then you're just a patriarch and a misogynist, to be honest. So I don't even know. How did we get onto all of that, Jer? All right. So, oh, Kiki, you're such a queen. So yeah, all of this has basically stemmed from the fact that David Antwi has my name in his mouth. Now, to be honest, guys, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people have messaged me and been like, "Oh, Leah, you okay?" Guys, do you know what? As I said to you, David Antwi is a bottom B. So what he does, and what he's doing is light work. Because I've been under Bishop Richard Aye. He worships Bishop Richard Aye, which is below my main cult leader, which is a man called Bishop Dag Musa. I don't see David Antwi as anything. I don't put no respect on his name because in our cult, we're not taught to respect anyone above Dag. So when you see these pastors coming in and begging it and, you know, going kneeling on the floor and, you know, that's how that's how I remember him. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I can only speak my truth from my lens. So that's what I was going to say. So what upset me the most out of him what upset me the most out of what he was saying and what he was doing, it wasn't that he was directly coming for me whilst he was preaching, but what it was is it made me feel really sad, because I just thought to myself, this is so sad. Like this is the state of the church. Like, this is what the pastors are doing. These are men of God, men and women of God that are leading thousands of people. And you would stand there, because guys, let's look at it in isolation. Yeah, let's strip it back. Okay, let's strip it completely back. Oh, love you too, Rose. It's David Antwi. He's a cult leader of Caris. Now, I've been coming on the internet. People have seen me hospitalized, in a crisis, fighting for my life, talking about my BPD diagnosis, crying online. Okay, yes, even if I'm online and I'm attacking, you feel like I'm attacking your church, you feel like I'm a vulnerable adult. There's a lot of people in their cult that have more severe mental health than me as I sit here today. What do they do when people have schizophrenic episodes? Because word on the street is that they do these little deliverances, these little deliverance/seances, where people are rolling and screaming when they're supposed to be taking their medication, because Caris dissuade and do up coercive control to tell people not to take their medication, allegedly. So they have no empathy. They can't see it through a lens of love. And this is why they're screaming and shouting, I'm the EVL, L1, I'm wicked, I'm this, I'm trying to destroy the church. But the only one that are listening and are in support of that are the people in the self-sealing system. Everyone else on the outside is in support of me. There's no one that I can't. Guys, I created the other account the other day, yeah? And I've got nearly 600 followers on it. And I'm so grateful that it's just taken off. But on that account, guys, I can't lie, there's a lot of, like, it's a lot more. All of my accounts are multicultural. But on this one, I don't know why my algorithm's got, it looks like a lot of Irish and Scottish people. And the thing is, you lot know with Catholicism and the Protestant religion and everything in Ireland, there's been some crazy stuff that's been going on there, and a lot of Irish survivors from Catholicism have been, so now what I'm looking at making my pages, like different things. So if you want to go on to find out more about maybe popular, like maybe famous people that are into cults or more popular culture or whatever, you might go to my main page and Cult Psycho Ed, and because I don't have the playlist feature, I'm trying to set up the accounts whereby most of the Caris content is on this, or most of the hey babe, I gotta call you it's on this page, just so we can have a little bit more consistency. So I've been thinking about that, but also it's been opening my mind to more Catholicism and more of these kind of fundamentalist type of whitey church cults that are in Ireland and Scotland. So I'm gonna this is the account, actually, it's Leah Lauder 7. What am I talking about? I'm on the account. So all of my Irish, Scottish, and I'm actually 7% Irish, and I think I'm like 11% Scottish. You look at me begging it now. I'm on this side of Irish, Scottish TikTok. The 7% comes out. Love you. So I've had a lot of them. Oh, look, Naomi, you're feeling it. No, but I'm always talking about Ireland. Don't have my auntie Fifi in the cut. What are you talking about? Ireland, baby. And I've always said that the mandem that I want, if I'm going for the whitey mandem, is definitely a Scottish. Ooh, chat, I love a kilt, yeah. Woo! Them Scots in the kilt, and they're tall, babe. And what else? The Irish, the ginger ones. Oh, hey, Io. Guys, I'm getting so hot. Let me grab my fan. Oh, let me do my little Marilyn Monroe. My little Marilyn Monroe slide. You lot, let's live life, man. Do you know what I mean? They try to hold us down. All right, what was I talking about, guys? Because I was talking about the cult characteristics, but we're here now. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. Like, you see me as a vulnerable adult, but here you are. You're like on the pulpit. You're like breaking me down. You can't even hold down a marriage. Can you imagine someone who's mentally unstable, and you're supposed to be here? Your church is supposed to be a refuge. It's supposed to be a place where the lost is supposed to come. It's supposed to be a place where the vulnerable, the broken. Aren't I broken? Aren't I vulnerable? Am I exempt? Oh, yeah, because remember, in these church cults, they decide what sin is. They decide what sin is. They dictate, who's a sinner, who's going to get to heaven, who's going to get to hell. Remember, they do that up. So nothing's fair in there. I remember one time Bishop Dag was preaching. I sat there and I thought, but wait, hold on. If the pathway to HELL is broad. There's a lot of us in this church. So how many of us are really going to make it to heaven? Like, it's not going to be a lot. It's not going to be a lot. So if we even look at that, yeah, that in the Bible, it tells us that the pathway to HELL is broad and the pathway to heaven is narrow, then how come there's so many people in the church? It can't be about that. That's never what the church is about. They've twisted and manipulated the scriptures, you see. The church is just supposed to affect the community that it's in. But what they do is they use the people at a place-based level down to areas and locations, and they send them out to different branches to build it. There's no real investment in people and the local area. That's why we don't see them working with community leaders, local businesses. We don't see them, like, you know, going into estates and putting on family fun days and, you know, working with the local authority to try and, you know, be part of working groups and lower crime in the UK. They're not interested in that. They're interested in winning the lost at any cost. And then do you see where the manipulation comes in? Because we are not a spiritual organization. It says that we are a charity on paper, but we are not a charity. We are a spiritual organization. This is the Lord's house. This is the Lord's kingdom. So they start to manipulate you to see the church not as a charity when they're not paying any taxes. And on the charity commission, you know, Caris said that they spent a whole load on outreach. And they were like, we don't spend anything on outreach. And they're like, even when they go on outreach, they have to buy their own jumpers. So this is all coming. The exposure of the company's house records. I've got other footage that's been sent to me of them just being crazy on evangelism. I've got a lot of stuff that's coming up. And then there's also Caris survivors that haven't given me their receipts. Okay. Now, there's going to be a time, a reason, and a season for everything. I appreciate that. But guys, what I'm saying right now to Caris survivors is that if you could please, if you've got certain receipts, you've got filming from camps, especially camps, outside of the camps, you know, crazy stuff going on, people being delirious, traveling on the way back, like what I shared before, crazy outreach stuff. It might have been like 50-20 behind the scenes, you know. It could be stuff from the group. That's another thing I'm saying as well. For people who are sitting on the fence and thinking of leaving their cult, please collate evidence. Okay, take screenshots of coercive control messages where your pastor has sent you any kind of correspondence with your partner, your pastor, screenshot your leaders, because at the time you're going to see it as normal, the way they're behaving and talking to you and the messages that they send. Hey Beverly Hills, hey Nas. But as the time goes on, when you come out and you deconstruct, you see that it's just ABUSE. So what I'm saying is for people to like almost make you know, like archive folder. Don't delete things, rather archive it. That's what I would say. Hey girl. All right, so I just think that it's got to the point now, you know, with the display, what we saw with David Antwi, it's not even necessarily what he's saying about me. I'm just really, really sad to see that, you know, this is the state of the church. You know, this is what pastors are teaching the younger generation. You know, when he was talking about me, there was a part where it like went to the congregation, and if you saw the people, like there were people who looked shocked and confused and like, ooh, you know what I'm saying, like cognitive dissonance. Because what David needs to understand is there are already people in Caris Church Cult as we speak that are on the fence. They don't know if they want to stay. Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go? You know, it's that vibe. People have already been like maybe swaying, ifing and ahhing. And another thing I wanted to highlight as well quickly, that with these church cults, what they do is they get a lot of, you know, like they manipulate the gal them that are seeing, like, say, like they have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, they track that. That's how they recruit them in as well. That's what they're doing up. And I've got a really sad story to share with a survivor that left First Love. But I'm going to be doing a whole expose on First Love Aston. I was supposed to do that next week, but because I'm focusing on Caris this week, because I don't appreciate my name being in David's mouth, so I will be doing exposing Caris, but my cult's going to be side by side anyway. Hey Leah, Caris survivor here. Hey, welcome. They prey on young people. You have to go for meetings almost every day to be part of the team, and I get major pred vibes from the leaders. Was so traumatized I left. All right, TikTok, give me 1 second. I'm gonna send the notes to myself, because do you know what? I feel like if I talk a little bit about some of the stuff that I was talking to the survivors about yesterday, I feel like it might help to bring up a conversation with the Caris survivors. All right. My phone's a little bit hot though. I just want to say, Caris survivor, thank you so much for being so brave and speaking out and, you know, sharing that with us. Because do you know what? I just want to say I love the Caris survivors, because whenever I'm exposing Caris, you lot never leave me out here looking like an idiot. Do you know what I mean? Like, you always come through. You always, you know, share your voice. You always write in the comments. I really do appreciate you guys. And I know that they've done you look really dirty. I know that's the other side of the flip coin as well. So what was I going to do up? Right. So I've been speaking to some Caris survivors. Guys, the notes are really all over the place, but I'm going to share a little bit. Hey, Awaken the Prophet. I'm going to share a little bit. Oh, I'm keeping it 100% real. Okay. Please contact me through that Facebook. I would never contact you through Facebook. For what? All right. So this is some Caris survivors. Oh no, I had to cancel the survivor link up, girl. I wasn't well. I haven't been well. I've had to rest. This is why I've only just done my hair. Thanks, babe. We just need to be blocking people like that, because it's just ridiculous. Come and contact you on Facebook for what? Do you know what I mean? I've got hundreds of survivors I'm reaching out to. You think I've got time to be going and looking you up on Facebook to contact you with his religious slurs and tones? Daniel John Christ. No, thank you. All right. So let's get it, guys. So Caris survivors. Oh, thanks, my love. Caris survivors have been coming forward and they have been exposing the hell out of Caris chair. So what they were doing up recently in Caris. I want to say firstly that Caris is very paranoid. They don't know who to trust. They don't know who the Judas is in the cult. They don't know who's real. They don't know who's not. So the same way that they made us feel walking on eggshells, being paranoid, not being able to concentrate, you know, not getting sleep at night. That's what's happening to them right now. Okay, so they have this thing that they do up in there, which they've put in quite recently. Thanks for the gifts, my love. It's called the Whispering Campaign. So basically, they started spreading this rhetoric, started preaching this doctrine across the UK about whispering. When people are whispering, they're spreading things in the church. And basically, what they were teaching is that God will strike you down. Oh yeah, that rule came in last year. The rule came in last year that you're not allowed to record. You're not allowed to record any of the service. You're not allowed to have your phone out, or you'll get tapped and you'll have to put your phone back in the bag. So that's why people should come with their note pens and notepads and Bibles. So the whole idea of whispering, and this is the same as loyalty and disloyalty, where we do up the same scriptures. This is so triggering. This is so bloody triggering. Do you know, even hearing it yesterday was so triggering, and I was talking to survivors back to back. So the whole idea of this whispering campaign thing is to drive out disloyalty. So it's to stop the gossiping, it's to stop the murmuring, it's to stop basically anyone making any questions, being able to question things or challenge things. It's like it's asserting that negative influence in which there is an authoritarian, tyrannical structure, and you cannot answer any questions. You do what you're told, you obey, you be subordinate, you be obedient, you be a disciple. As you're discipled, you will be able to be a disciple to others. That is the general culture of Caris. Why don't they like people recording? Because they're getting exposed at the moment. So they know that because I'm exposing their false doctrine, and just the stuff that they're saying, it's discriminative, it's phobic, do you know what I mean? It just, the list goes on and on, babe. Do you know what I mean? There's eyes on them, so they're paranoid. Thanks for the follow, DJ Viper. Inside. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. I'm loving it like this. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. I'm loving it like that. DJ Viper, inside. Do you like it? Do you really like it? All right, you lot. Sorry, I can't help it. When people follow me and that, I get excited. All right. So let's go back up, guys. There's so much. I'm not going to be able to go through all of this today, yeah. But they use, so what? Oh, thanks, babe. Innes, yeah. Oh, Innes, that's my spirit animal, my spirit twin, my spirit everything. Thank you, girl. So basically, so with the whispering campaign, what they're saying is, if you have questions, or if you're murmuring, or if you're complaining, or whatever, you're dividing the church. And then they use Acts 2:47 and Acts 6:1 to say that God never divides, and if there's division, it's not from God. They also indoctrinate people in Caris that complaint is an attack. Caris Survivor on YouTube, how you feeling? What you telling me? This is major exposure. Inside, major exposure for Caris today. I'm exposing the false doctrine and the coercive control and the authoritarian self-sealing structure. I'm exposing it all today. They're getting exposed. And it's their week of exposure. I've got a lot to share. I've got a lot to share. Summer loving happened so fast. Summer loving am in a blast. I met a guy crazy for me. I know they hate to see me coming, baby. Do you know what I mean? Guys, we went through so much. We've got to loathe in the moment. Guys, we've got to love it, man. This is our justice. Come on, you lot. They did us so dirty. Now it's our turn. Now it's our turn to show the world exactly who they truly are. And that's why we're lit. Come on, guys. We're a collective. Don't leave me outside looking like an idiot. Caris Survivors, hit me up. Message your girl, man. Do you know what I mean? Us, we can even go out. Let's do a little Caris link up. Come on, y'all. And Caris, you know what? Yeah, a lot of you lot need to come out because David Antwi's got my name in his mouth. Come on, if it was you lot, do you know what I mean? I'd be backing it for y'all. So please come forward, yeah. This is the time. But I do want to say, big up all the Caris Survivors because Caris Survivors have started coming forward. I'm not going to lie. And Caris are just, you know what, David, it was the wrong chess move, man. I'm not even going to lie. He really has been effing up inside the system because they're paro. They're moving paro and they've got them out there doing evangelism morning, noon and night. They'll be out there in the night. Guys, they told me that they do these prayer walks here at Survivor where they're because basically this is what I wanted to discuss as well. Basically in Caris, because I told you it's the bottom B of First Love Chair. Guys, I think I'm going to put my bonnet on soon. I know the hair's still looking good and I really do want to embrace the fro. All right, guys, let me just thing it up because, you know, it's starting to get, this is black girl problems. But do you know what? I'm embracing the fro. I don't care. I'm embracing it. I'm loving myself. I'm loving myself. I'm loving myself through the frizz. I'm loving myself through the many different textures that I got going on. I'm loving myself because this is me. This is me in my entirety. This is me, a person saved by grace, humbly. Na, na, na. With you, I'm something, but without you, I'm nothing now. The church people are probably starting to question their pastors now. Oh, thanks, babe. Is it giving high priestess? Thank you, girl. Thank you so much. Thank you, Awaken the Prophecy. I appreciate you, girl. Okay. So they say basically that they're not allowed to go in outreach alone. They have to go in twos. But let's keep it real, guys. When the pressure is coming on you and you've got the targets and they're saying, we need 20 people. We need our targets to get by the month. We've got to get the people. Like when you're out, majority of the time, loads of Caris survivors and loads of First Love survivors, including myself, have told me that they go on outreach on their own. That's what they've told me. Because when there's no one available, you've got to go out and get the souls. It's like because they're hyper religious. They're RADICAL. So the protocol, they're not sticking to protocol, and they don't ask and they don't care. As long as there's bums on seats, as long as souls are coming, that's all they care about, Chair. That's it. That's on period, point blank. And you trolls can say whatever you want, because when you can come on social media with your fro and sit here like this with your fro and be confident and love yourself as a black woman, then you can have some chat for me, and that's on period, point blank. That's why I said I'm not chatting to you lot, because I'm a queen, I'm an empress. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've done a lot of work in myself to sit here and love myself the way I love myself. So I'm not having gal them. Guys, block Shervina. I'm not having gal them coming in and having chat for me when they don't love themselves. Can someone block, can you see it? Shervina, who's reposted, please, guys. Can you see? Thank you, babe. All right. Insta, someone on Insta says, I got approached by Caris members 2 times in the past, but I declined. I was about to go to the event yesterday, but my dad stopped me in my tracks and told me it's a possible cult. Woo! So even daddy knows. Oh, God. Yeah, because, you know, I have that crossover appeal, babe. Do you know, I'm not saying I'd date your dad, but I bet your dad's very handsome. But I know that's inappropriate. But I'm just saying, you know, I have that crossover appeal where I could date, like, the son or the dad or the granddad. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm 38. Do you know what I mean? So... Come Come on, guys, we've got to lighten the load, haven't we? Because it's such a serious topic. We have to make it, like dark comedy. But thank you so much, because that shows that there's awareness. Guys, please don't go to the events. I wouldn't be doing it up. Because, like the worst type of mandem that you want to be around is mandem that are in survival mode. I'm not going to lie. That dusty energy is just, it's not what you want, especially for my beautiful ladies. Do you know what I mean? Just stay away, girls. Yeah. We don't want to be around, mandem in survival mode. It's just giving, that energy is really low vibrational. It's not where we want to be. Okay. And David ultimately is in, survival mode. So he's got his beard thing going on. He's looking very unkept. He's looking like he's not sleeping. Do you know what I mean? Oh, thanks, Temmie. He's all over the place. He's all over the gaff. Do you know what I mean? So I would say for now, let the people that are in there, their most loyal, hardest followers, their sons and daughters, their disciples, the truest followers of God's servant, whatever, let them be in there trying to save that sinking ship, okay? You just stay away, my love. All right? Okay. All right. So in the end, they're doing up these prayer walks, yeah? And they go on these prayer walks like late in the night and they start walking on the street. But I'm not going to lie, I used to do this one in the early days of like House Trafford International. So I know when the survivor was saying this to me, it kind of went over my head. But as I was sick, because I used to do that, do you know what I mean? And I used to see things, guys, I'm telling you, man, oh my God, you see like these spiritual practices that they have, yeah, it opens you up to like very dark realms. I believe in the spirit, because when I used to do these so-called prayer walks, I used to see like images, like demons, like the shadows, like jumping on the roofs of the house. Guys, I swear down, man, I'd be speaking in tongues, walking down. I mean, ladies, as it stands now, have you seen the statistics of men that are outside unaliving women? How many women are getting SA just off the street? Like, it's not safe. Like, really and truly, like women do need to be going in pairs. They do need to be in by a certain time. We do need to, like all of that. That's not even getting taught there. Do you know the amount of times that young people have been out past 12, 1 a.m.? No one cares about how they're getting home. Because their kids, guess what? Their kids have been taken home by another member, or they're sleeping at another member's yard. Whilst your child is in there in the freezing cold, you've got them sleeping on church chairs and covering them in a little fleece. Nah, man, it ain't that. Oh, okay. Awoken, the prophecy is saying these churches usually work with the black magic vibes. Yeah, it's definitely dark magic, 100%, 100%. The rituals, all of it. I've had on YouTube this Caris survivor, and I'm going to come to Instagram and back to TikTok. I've had team leaders say stuff like, the pastor may take you out and have conversations with you, but never tell us what you guys talked about or did. That is between you and the pastor. Oh my God. You know what else they were saying as well, babe? They were saying that there's a culture in Caris where they kind of sell it to you like, we're a family. They do that in Lighthouse as well, like where I was, Dag. It's like, you're a family. We have no secrets in this family. We don't have secrets. We're all one. And that's how hey, Smokey in the car. That's how they condone the ABUSE from the pulpit, telling people's business from the pulpit. Mods, are you on deck? Let's go to Instagram. I also noticed that they mostly target youths around 15 to 25/30, which is a bit odd from me. Yeah, they definitely target kids, and they have their their online, not their online, sorry. The guys on Facebook are so thirsty. Every minute my picture's popping up here. They're just saying something, some human fecal matter. Yes, so with these cults, they target and recruit young, vulnerable people, okay? And that's why they have the university church campuses. Oh, thanks, Smokey. You're such a king, man. Oh, love for that. Thank you so much, my love. Oh, wait. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get rid of this picture. They keep chatting like... So when they have a uni church cult campus, that's immediately a red flag. Just run. Just don't even do it up. Because if they're doing up uni, they are RADICAL, and they want quick, immediate church growth and planting. Because that is the reason why these churches have been able to flourish so much. Because it's really hard to like get a building, establish it, do all the paperwork. It takes longer. But when they're setting up these student unions, they're getting to set them up all across the country. Because when a young person starts uni there, they just start the cult. And then when they start getting like a lot of students and whatever, that's when they just get their hall and whatever, and then it becomes a proper church. And plus they've still got their union, because remember, they leave, they can go off to start branches. That's how it works. Thanks, Black Girl Mind, I love you. That's how it works. So when you see a setup like the main pastor is like age anywhere between 22 to 35. Do you know what I'm saying? And then you've got no, I want to say 22 to 30. No, 22 to 32. No. Ooh, 22 to 34. If you've got that type of thing going on, and then everyone else in the cult is just young, like 14, 13, 15, 16, 18, 20. It's even more weirder when the guy's like my age, or the woman's like 38, and they're trying to be like all young around the young people. It's so inappropriate. And that's another thing. They don't have no safeguarding training in there. They don't have no training around like boundaries, confidentiality, anonymity. That's why the pastors are always talking about people's business from the pulpit. Do you get what I'm saying? But anyway, apparently they're looking at banning flyers out there. So don't worry, the government's hearing the people. They're hearing what we're saying in the cut. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's just going to take one of them little rich whitey girls from the suburbs to start going to one of these church cults, chat, and that's it. We're getting the legislation and whatever change. And there's an infiltration. It doesn't just affect the hoods, and do you know what I mean? Cults come in all shapes and sizes, guys, and that's on period point blank. Yeah. So I'm going to go back into some more quotes from the survivors. Guys, I don't know why I fancy McDonald's, but I can't have. I've got to be so strict with myself. So thanks for that, Caris survivor. And babe, if you might just be in the moment and just be talking on YouTube, but when you come off, if you want to share, you know, anything that's been going on in Caris that you think might help me, then please pop me a message on Instagram or TikTok, whichever one's best for you. Okay. So again, yeah, they'll go on these prayer walks and and they'll be like praying in it's like, and it's morning, noon, and night. That's what they're saying in there. Morning, noon, and night. Thank you, Denise. Appreciate you, girl. So with this whispering campaign that they've been perpetuating, this is propaganda to manipulate the members, to keeping them trapped in the self-sealing system. What they've basically been teaching is complaint is an attack of the devil, and they use the word murmuring, and you have to have a willingness to be taught. So they teach in Caris that instructions are part of being discipled, and they may be perceived as control. So that's reverse psychology. Yeah, and indoctrination. It's exactly what you've said, Denise, exactly what you've said. So do you see how, because I've been exposing Caris and we're talking about, now they're preaching, this is them preaching apparently, but do you see this as indoctrination? Because instructions are part of being discipled. Correction, instructions, rebuke is what they use to cover just ABUSE. Why the reason why we have not reached the target, you have had a month to win souls, a month to get the fellowship going, a month to do this. You were given all of the everything to do, and now we come in a month and we have the father coming. How embarrassing! We are not doing the work of God. We are not being spiritual enough. We're not, you know, like pepper. And then they have some in Caris, they call it fire. But in First Love, we say pepper. And then we will say fire, but we'll say that the pastor will be peppering you. And that's when you don't know what's going to come out of that man's mouth, chair. The closer you are, the more they see you like a spiritual son. They can say to you, and this is why you've, like for me, they would talk about my weight. Like my pastor told me to get up and she said, you know, Leah's put on so much weight. I had just had my youngest, by the way. She said that I don't look well put together. My clothes ain't nice. She was just, she's just breaking me down. Do you know what I mean? And some women get postpartum depression. Me, I didn't get that with my kids because I didn't even think I could have kids, to be honest. So when I had my kids, I was so grateful that I was okay. My kids were okay. And I just adored them. But postpartum depression is real, isn't it? So they were just like trying to break me down, like just trying to destroy me. I don't even know how I made it, man. I'll keep it real with you. So they do a lot of that, and they say it's rebuke, it's correction. And she was saying, I can tell Leah this because I love her. That's what they'll do. I can say this about Leah because I love her. I can get her to stand up in front of the whole choir, and I can speak to her like this because she's a real daughter of the house. And it got to the point where they were getting comfortable with me, because by then it's like, oh, Leah's been around for 15, 16 years. Oh, that's just Leah. So they were getting real comfortable, real bad. So that's why I know all their business. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they're a bag of actors. They're all actors in there. The gal them are fake. That's why they hate to see me coming. You know, now all of a sudden, these severely indoctrinated gal them are coming back to YouTube now. Do you know what I mean? They're coming back to do social media because I'm speaking out. You know, they can do what they want. I don't really care. Do you know what I mean? Just perpetuating, just infiltrating. And that's why, guys, I said, I'm not doing up like trying to save anyone from the church cult. I'm not doing that up. Because if I do that up, it's going to be like, I'm going to lose sleep because there's an absolute infiltration I'm gonna start aging. I can only do what I can do, and that is just trying to create awareness and get survivors to a point where they don't feel like they're losing their mind every single day. Maybe they can function on Sundays, like myself. You know, I function on Sundays, not all the time. Guys, I think I'm gonna have a break and go soon. Eat something, and then depending on how I feel, I may come back because it's still quite early. This is why I wanted to come on. I'm so hot, and you know, because the hair, I need to. It's getting bushy now, but I don't care because I'm just gonna embrace the fro. Because why shouldn't we embrace the fro? Do you know what I mean? Like, why do they make us feel like we can't? Like, this is the most beautiful stuff. This is the way our hair is, B. Like, this is our hair. Our hair does not fall. Our hair. This is the beauty. This is the afro. This is our crown. We need to embrace it, man. I'm just embracing me. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to embrace the fro. I love it. I love myself. I love my fro. Oh, thanks for the follow, KP. I love my fro. Oh, all right, baby. Ines, have a lovely bank holiday. You deserve it, girl. You deserve it. Have a really nice day, my love. Yeah. Our hair is way prettier than the wigs. Oh, my God, girl. Do you know what's so crazy? When I took out my hair, yeah, and then I had the, because, you know, I had the little bag. I was just steaming it up. And I took it off and I said, why am I, because I was going to pay to get some curly hair. I said, why am I doing that? Why am I paying, like, even if it's £50 for synthetic hair or whatever, when I got this hair on my head, we've all got hair on our head, you know, we need to give it some TLC. Like, obviously, this is half the length that I had before because my hair does shrink, but I can already see the back, the curl patterns coming back. Do you know what I mean? The front's growing. So I've got to embrace it, man. I could have had no hair on my head. I said, nah, B, let me embrace it, the colour, everything. Because it's not, you know, it's like they've given us the beauty standards. Like, beauty is this, beauty is that, beauty is blonde hair, beauty is, do you know what I mean? But this is, the man them were going crazy for this, chair. You know, in the 70s and the 80s, like, what are you talking about, man? This was the main do. We need to bring it back. We need to, guys, ladies, we need to get back to our natural loving ourselves. That's what we need to do up. Because what are we going to do when we're 50? We're still going to be doing up wigs. Come on, man. You've been looking into natural curly. Yeah, your hair looks great. Natural. I used to have an afro. Bring it on. Oh, thanks, girl. They told us to cover up because whitey women were jealous. Yeah, that was in, what century was that? That's what I'm saying. So I'm embracing my hair, man. I'm going to go out with my fro this week. I'm going to be free. Do you know what I mean? I'm just going to get some of the curling product, but I think I'm going to blow dry it out and I'm just going to be free. Because do you know what? I'm not looking for a man. I'm not interested. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to be me. I just want to embrace my hair. Do you know what I mean? I just want to embrace the fro. I think the afros are gorgeous. And also for the sake of my kids. Do you know what I mean? I went and, you know, after I did my hair, oh, thanks, babe. Oh, that's why you did your locks. That's what I want to do, girl, when I'm 40. I want to do up my locks. And I went in the room and I paraded myself and I said, oh, girls, I just want you to see mummy's natural hair. I just want you to see mummy in her natural state. This is our crown. This is our glory. I said, love yourselves. I just started doing a whole speech, paraded myself. Because you have to show, that's the only way that you're going to teach your girls is through you embracing and loving yourself. Thank you, Mercy. Oh, is that the kid? Oh, that's the kid. Hey, girl. That's the only way. You got to embrace yourself, chair. Do you know what I mean? Because that's another way as well that we can, like, the man will be able to come in and control us and lower us. Like, I mean, who can thing my self-esteem when I got out my fro and I'm embracing myself? No one. Who can touch this? No one, chair. Do you know what I mean? I'm in my fro season, chair. Natural, embracing, loving myself, fro. This is what I'm on. But you know that the extensions are going to be straight back in next week, chair. It's for a week. I'm embracing it for a week, for 1 week. All right. So, but ladies, don't ever get it twisted. The man them love a natural girl. Don't ever get it twisted. This is why we need to embrace and love ourselves. And that fake aesthetic, that's out the window. We're in 2025 now. It really is about, aren't you hearing the brothers talk more? Oh, I love a natural girl. You know, when she does that star with the braids and da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Like, All right, so I think I'm going to do one more. Guys, if you've got any questions, please put it in the chat for me. Caris survivors, remember, silence is compliance. Silence is compliance, yeah. Okay, so please come forward, guys. I really want to expose David. I nearly did a video, guys. I did this video, yeah, you know, after he chatted about me. And in the video, I was going to be like, Caris, let's stand 10 toes down. And then I just said, no. Let me strip this back. Because with Caris, you have to think about their strategists. So when I expose Caris, do you notice with all the cults, they get different versions of Leah? Like what they're getting with Caris are getting mogul Leah. Caris are getting like, you know, director of operations Leah. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like Caris are getting local authority when I'm working at local government in the mayor's office Leah. That's what they're getting. Do you know what I mean? Because there's no darn way that you're going to be doing that up chair. And they're very sly. I know they've got a lot of people working in local authority housing. I can tell by the website. I can tell they've got a lot of people working in like statutory local government. So they know their laws. They know how to make things look good on the website. They know what they're doing up in there. They're very sly, very calculated. So I'm one step ahead of them, Jer. All right. So I'm going to do this last bit, guys. Oh, Denise said bring him down. Yes, girl. The only person that's got... Denise, God will build our church and the gates of hell shall not be able to prevail against it. Because what God will beat his church. You know, yesterday I was up at 3 a.m. till about 5:30. I couldn't stop thinking about David. I couldn't stop thinking what he said about me behind the pulpit. I couldn't stop thinking about Caris. I couldn't stop thinking about all the Caris survivors. It's just up. So, you know, sent a few things David's way. Oh, look at Haynes busting up. Yeah. So when things start going to, you're welcome. Because whilst they're in there, like your girl is sitting here doing a deep dive, going through messages, speaking to survivors, organizing my notes, getting the content ready, reading. Do you know what I mean? Like saying my psalms. Do you know what I mean? Drinking my water, staying youthful, young and beautiful. And whilst you lot have got, you know, like, when you're doing all of these all nights and everything, it's like you break out. People have terrible skin in there because people aren't even drinking well. They're not eating proper food. They don't get time to relax, to just rest the body. They don't get time to really look after their head. Listen, in them cults, yeah, you got to be making money to be in there and looking good because you've got so many commitments. You've got so much stuff that you've got to do in there, Chair. You don't have enough money to be, you know, getting the best wigs and then having the best car and then paying for the stuff. That's why people get into debt, because they start to HP a lot because they have to look good. And I think one of the slogans that they've got in Caris as well is that if you're not doing well, then you're not a son of the house or something. Anyway, guys, let's go through it. But I'm not going to say all of it because I want to keep this for some of the for the content. Why do they scream when they preach? I think it's all a performance, isn't it? All smoke, mirrors, and also remember they're all copying each other. So it's like this. It comes from this culture of televangelists. Do you know what I mean? Like that wave of very false teachers, Kenneth Hagin from the 60s into the 70s and 80s. You know, with the development and evolution of television and internet, and do you see that we know the church is fake because they change over time? They're supposed to be the same yesterday, today, and forevermore, like Christ. They've got to stay how they are. But as the times change and the young people, because remember, that's how they keep the churches alive, through the young people. They think that the old people will make the church unalive, like Catholicism. So that's why they're trying to get outreach. They're trying to recruit all the time. They're trying to get the young people. So they try and make the churches appeal, like to sell it. They market their promo to appeal to young people because they know they're easily impressionable. They're naive. They're vulnerable. And then, you know, especially that age, like 18, like 16 to 18, 19. Oh, thanks, diaries. That kind of age, because soon their parents is not going to have any legal guardianship over them. They love a 19-year-old. They love it. They love it. Because when you're 19, you're just coming out of, like, just finished being a young person. You're just scraping it. You think you're a big person, boy. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you think you're an adult child. The church is a wicked place, man. This Pentecostal, they target 19. Like, if you were to ask someone, yeah, that's been in the church for, like, 15 years, 20 years, you ask them when were they recruited, I can bet my bottom dollar it's between 18, 19 years old. Because that transition is crazy. usually around that time you can have, that's usually when everyone has like the biggest transition, like the guy who they lost their V with ends up being a douchebag. Do you know what I mean? Maybe a grandparent unalives, someone in the family. That's when people start to experience grief, bereavement and trauma between that 15 to 19 lens window. People are going to university. People may have struggles with their mental health, you know, like different things. Because then if a child's been in, had like unsecure attachment and got a history of SA and abuse throughout, you know, their life with their family, by the time they get to 18, 19, they're just starting to process the trauma and all the things that have happened. So it's that transition from I think it's interdependence to independence. But if there's any professionals on here that work with young people or around the social sciences, please do let me know, because it's been a while. I'm a bit rusty. I know they expect me to come on here and be on a hype, but you know what, guys, I just want to say I've been disassociated for years. I've been in a cognitive dissociated state. I've never really like enjoyed my Easter. You know, I was really unwell and I was supposed to spend the Easter Sunday with the survivors because I know how triggering it is. But, you know, your girl was throwing up, this, that and the fact. But I've just been laying in my bed and it's been beautiful. And then this morning, you know, I said, girlies, I'm really unwell. The girls have been absolutely amazing. They've been so good. I got to clean a little bit, you know, do the girls' hair, sort out my hair. Because when I do my girls' hair, I really see it as a time for us to bond. And yeah, it was just lovely. I just got to relax and I just said, wow, this is the first bank holiday Monday where I felt so free. I felt so at peace. There's no one phoning me or messaging me to come anywhere or clean the church or, you know, run an errand or, you know, like create a spreadsheet or, you know, sometimes the pastor's wife would just, you know, sometimes they're just on the phone to you talking human fecal matter chat. They're just on the phone because they're so unhappy in their marriages, bless them. They just don't have a life. So that's why they involve themselves in a lot of the church members' business. That's why they're talking about everyone's business from the pulpit. They're having all these meetings because they don't want to go home with their wives, guys. Don't you get it? They don't want to go home with their wives. They can't stand them. That's why, at least, you know, that woman that was ironing the shirts for her husband to go and cheat with his mistress. At least, you get what I'm saying? Like, he went off and he did his thing, innit? That's what they do. Because, and guys, look, I don't mean any... Oh, God, please help me say this in a way that isn't going to be offensive. I just want to say, firstly, before I say this, because, you know, I am a bit... Like, things can just come out and it can sound sometimes a little bit heartless. I want to say that I do... I don't want to say that it resonates, though, because it doesn't resonate. But I just want to say... I know that the topic of, you know, affairs, cheating, because I don't care about cheating. That's what I just want to say. I IDGAF, I care. Because I know what my coochie's going in with. So if you want to go and cheat, that's up to you. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't care, because you'll be right back here, Jill. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love it when they cheat, because they're like, now they're like so locked in. Do you know what I mean? They like go for a bit, they're right back, child, begging it. Just begging it. So, but anyway, just from the lens of non-biased, non-judgmental, because there are people who do very much care about this, okay, and I do understand that. So I just want to say, I'm not condoning it, this, that, and the third. But that woman who was ironing the shirts for her husband to go and spend the weekend with the mistress, that is an enabler. Okay, and that's what the Nigerian women have done for years. That's why the men are out here in the shisha. Like, that's why we still have uncles, you know, like in the shisha lounge and the bars, because the wives, they just enable it. They just, you know what I mean? And then all of the different generations of the family, oh, cheating is natty. All of the men cheat. That's what they do. You have a house, you have money. You don't have to do work too hard. You just work a part-time. Part-time. What you got to do? How you got to raise the children? Brothers, you bring shame and dishonor. You know, it's all of that. So, I found this woman very irritating and annoying. I'm not going to lie. And where that annoyance comes, because you got to remember, guys, I think more like a ninja, like a man, than I do a female. Okay? That's just on period point blank. So when she was talking and I was seeing all the stuff she was saying, I was thinking, oh, I would be so irritated by this, but it's not her fault. I'm not blaming her, but it's the way that they're raised in the mega church cult. Do you understand? Like, she got married at 18. She's got 5 kids by the time she's 25. Or was it? Yeah, 25. She's got 5 kids. She's just been popping out babies. Like, that's all she knows. Like, what the church cult has taught her to be a pick-me-sha and a Barbara the Builder. So when she sees the man start straying, she's having more and more kids, thinking that that's going to keep the man. But it's not. To the point where her whole life, because in there they teach them that your first ministry is being a wife. Do you know what I mean? You have to be an Irvin. Oh, thanks, Perp. You have to be an Irvin, and you've got to be a lave for the man, and that's your first ministry. So it's like being a lave. That's how they teach it, but that's not really what it's about. But again, they manipulate and twist everything. So most of the women, especially women that are like Keely Stills kind of age, because I'm sure there's no way that woman could be in her 40s. If that woman's in her 40s, then life has not treated her well. She has to be in her 50s. So women who are like that, like the baby boomers, like people who were born around that type of time. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like they're entrenched. Like that doctrine that they taught from there is just absolutely radical. That's from, you know what I'm saying? They would have been in the 80s. This is from the 60s, 70s, when it was very hyper religious, very strict. That was the introduction of heavy shepherding. Remember, guys, the 80s. Do you understand what I'm saying? So these women have been really broken down like for years. Like they don't know anything outside of that. And when they're pick-meshas, it irritates a man. That's why they cheat. Because that kind of whatever you like, oh yes, I will do. They don't. Listen, a man, and I'm not saying, because men are going to cheat. If they're going to cheat, they're going to cheat, innit? That's just on period, point blank. But when a woman's confident in herself, she knows herself. Like the man will be having to do so much chasing of that woman. He won't have any time. He won't. Your hands should be full. Like you've got to be that much of a diva, love yourself that much, make yourself that much of a main character that whenever you go into other people's, it's not like you're a character in their reality. Now that they've come into your reality, you are the main character. So therefore it all revolves around you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it shouldn't be like you're begging, you're chasing, you're texting a man. It should be like they want to get into your reality. They want to know what you're doing. They want to get into your world. Do you get what I'm saying, ladies? Why did I start talking about that? All right, guys, I'm going to go soon because I'm getting hot, chair. Oh, the heating's on. Oh, gosh. That's why I'm so hot. I'm thinking, why am I just feel like ripping this off? I ain't got a damn thing underneath, chair. All right, let me get one of my favourite parts to say before I go, because I've been on for an hour and a half. I don't want to get too comfortable, but as long as I keep my voice monotone, the lives, they're usually all right if I don't say any bad words. All right, so back to this whispering campaign. So this is all propaganda and a way to do up coercive control in Caris. And so they said that instructions are a part of being discipled. And then they quote 2 Timothy 3:16, all scripture, you know that one, all scripture is, what is it? The inspiration of the Holy Spirit, for reproof, correction, this, that. Are there any first lovers in here? Where's my first lovers, my mustard seeders? Isn't 2 Timothy 3:16? This is a must-know scripture. Block Glory. This is a must-know scripture, guys. Are there mods on here? I think I might need to help. Perp, are you a mod? Because I can't have... Oh, gosh. Yeah, Gloria definitely goes to church. Yeah, and it's got Daughter of the Most High. I looked at her profile picture. I said, "Chow, that looks like someone who is a hater. Oh, she looked like a hater. Ooh, look like a hater. As soon as I saw that profile picture, I knew what time it was." You know, in the church, yeah, I'm going to end here, guys. You get like a man with a cantankerous spirit is crazy. But you see, when it's a woman, you know, that scripture that says, jealousy, who can withstand her? Who can withstand it? Jealousy. You see, jealousy? That is, I mean, to have someone who's jealous of you in any dynamic. And most of the galdem that are in the church, they're hurt. They HATE themselves. They're jealous. They don't LOVE themselves. A lot of them are wig wearing, caked makeup. Do you know what I mean? Not happy with their bodies, no matter how much they do. Everything's superficial and artificial. So when they're in the church, it gives them an opportunity to feel like something. Because outside in the world, there's a lot more competition. They feel like they have to compete with each other. Everyone's got to have the best wig, the best, you know, hair, the designers, this, that. So when they come into the church, and remember, a lot of galdem, like the reason why a lot of galdem could come in the church, yeah, because I was never interested in the marriage. I wasn't all about beloved. I was on the ministry, being a minister. Do you get what I'm saying? Doing the work. But majority of galdem, they've never been a girlfriend, just a girlfriend, like wifey, where a guy has taken them to their mum's house, introduced them to their mum. They're always getting sneaked in after hours, or, you know, in the back of the car. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I'm home girl. Most of the man, them, even when I'm dealing with them and I'm just kicking it with them, they want me to be their girl. Do you understand? They want it. But I'm saying to them, no, babe, I'm sorry, I'm not, it's not that. Like, I have to make it very clear when I'm just kicking it with a guy, like you're not my ninja, innit? Because, of course, your girl could do it natural, like, no makeup, do you know what I mean? They know what they got outside in these streets, and I'm 38. Okay. So them man them that's still my age and in their 40s that usually, you know, certain gal them can't get. I'm still getting them man them. That's what I'm saying. Like, my net is broad. So you gal them, you HATE on gal like me, because that's all it's about. Some D, guys. Don't you get it? This is my strategy the whole time. That's why the gal them, they don't come in and block me because I'm talking about Jesus. It's the HATE, because they wish they could be me. That's what it's about. And when I was exposing Brittany Renner, and I was saying, guys, I'm going to go, you know, I've got a feeling. But when I was exposing Brittany Renner, just really quick, I was saying all she's after is the D on period point blank. People were coming at me, oh, how can you say that? It's not religious psychosis. The same thing I said about that Aaliyah Marie girl when she converted to Islam again for some D. And then now she's Christian and she's saying, oh, I never felt God in Islam. So that whole 2 years you were married to the guy or whatever, you didn't feel God. It's just, it's a bag of hypocrisy, man. That's all it is, yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's this rebranding thing that they do. It's like you can never trust a 304. But if you're from the hood, you'll know that. But if you're not, you won't know that. But when you're from the hood, you see right through these 304s. Do you understand what I'm saying? Oh, you got a feeling. All right, I'm going, guys. I'll be back on later. Love you. I've got to go because she's just confirmed it. Yeah. Related tutorial. She was right. All right, YouTube. I'm going to go. Have you enjoyed the live? I had to end TikTok, and I'm really glad that I did, guys, because look, I've got all these related tutorials. Yeah. You lot, I've got all the related tutorials. We won. I started feeling like I need to go, and then my girl was like, yeah, go. So anyway, YouTube, did you enjoy the bank holiday live? I hope you did. I've loved it. I want to say to everybody, I might be back later, guys. It's just dependent on my health. Oh, it's raining. Oh, who loves the rain? Oh, I love the rain. Oh, God. I feel like going and shaking I should like go and shake my natural hair in it. But anyway, it's raining, so that's lovely. They would say, shower down your blessings. Shower it down your blessings. Rain down and shower down your blessings. Oh, rain down, shower on your blessings. Shower on your blessings. Rain down on your blessings. Oh, your blessings. Your girl can sing everything, Jen. You know, been in the cult for 18 years. You gotta deliver. All right, I'm off now. Any Caris survivors, remember, silence is compliance. Reach out to your girl. We want to expose Caris this week. This is the week. Thank you, everyone, for being here, for supporting me, for listening. I absolutely love you. YouTube, I'm going to go first. Thank you so much. I'll see you. I might see you later. Are there notifications on YouTube? If there's notifications, keep them on. Subscribe and like and share. Thank you. Don't forget to comment. All right.